G'day guys, it's Jase here. You know what time it is. It's time for another Ask Jase. So we've been heaps of questions coming in. So I've got another list of questions down there on my laptop. So let's get stuck into it and hopefully I can answer the question that you've been pondering for the last decade. Well, it's not quite like that, but anyway. Oh, here we go. All right, have a look on my laptop here. Well, laptop. What's your favourite destination and why? From Mark. G'day Mark, how you going mate? Mark S. Mark S, if you're out there, this is your question. What's your favourite destination and why? Okay, so, favourite destination. If I had to put my finger on it, on the map, I would say a place called Honeymoon Bay in the top of the Kimberley. Okay, so if you're familiar with that, because we've gone there a few times, it has everything. It's got it all going on. Fishing, camping, white sandy beaches, crocodiles, quad biking, you name it, okay? So if you've got all those toys, take them up there and go to Honeymoon Bay. So you'll see it on the map, make a phone call, have a yarn to them up there, and you can go and camp there in the dry season, or the wet season, whatever you want, if you think you can get in there. But no, it's got everything going for it. It's got the remoteness of the Kimberley, it's sort of like a jump off point. If you really want to get adventurous and go remote, that's a good jump off point. Now, you can tow big boats up there if you're game, or you can tow your little tinny up there, or don't tow any boat up there, but I wouldn't go there without a boat. So there you go, Mark. That's one of my favourite destinations that I had to put my finger on. So try that one. Mark S, thanks mate. All right, who we got here? So we got somebody here asking a question. Elf Gen. I don't know what that is. That may be their YouTube code name. Elf Gen from YouTube. How you going, mate? Or how you going? All right. So Elf Gen asks, Jase, you talk of when you were a scout in some episodes. Were you and which troop? Hell yeah, I was a scout. Did I start off as a cub? Yeah, that's the one below the scout. I didn't go to the Girl Guides, but I did want to when I was in the Scouts because there was heaps of girls over there, but they wouldn't let me in. Anyway, so went to the Scouts. I was in the Avenel Heights Scout group. Dib, 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 dob, 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 and all that stuff. I didn't care much for all that stuff or getting the badges because I just wanted to get out there and go camping and learn how to start fire. That was my biggest thing. And pretty much just hang out with my mates. So yeah, I enjoyed Scouts a lot. I wasn't the guy that wanted to get every single merit badge and sew it onto my shirt. I don't think I wanted to wear that shirt much at all, or the hat. But anyway, I had lots of fun. It was awesome. And my mum got rid of me at least once a week. I was out of her hair. So there you go. Elf Jen, if that answers your question, that's where I was and that's what I did when I was a young fella. All right, we're next here, we got Ken B. Okay, Kenny B. Kenny B says, not everyone can afford top of the line gear. What is the one thing you shouldn't scrimp on? Okay. Yeah, not everyone can afford top of the line gear. And there are plenty of places out there that have got extremely cheap stuff that you can purchase online. And we're not going to mention those people, but look, at the end of the day, you get what you pay for. If you want good quality gear, you got to pay for it. If you want cheap stuff, then it's cheaper. Anyway, what would I not scrimp on? I would not scrimp on tyres. Think about it. Again, you're on your big trip up north. You got the family in the car. Safety is paramount. You're driving down the road, some dirt road, and some of those roads these days you can do you can do 100, $110 is the speed limit. Okay. So imagine cruising down the road, blah, 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 doing $110, kids in the back watching DVDs, you're up front, missus half asleep, boom, you hit a big pothole. Or old mate, a big semi comes round the corner, a big road train, and you start wheeling it off the side of the track, there's a big pothole, and you blow a tyre or you damage a tyre, and next thing you know, it gets into a slide and boom, you're rolling down the road and you've just, God knows, we don't even want to talk about that. Well, what if that happens because you bought some cheap shit tyres? Well, don't scrimp on a good set of tyres and don't scrimp on some good suspension, all right? So, I'll just chuck my laptop here. So hopefully that helps you out, Kenny B, all right? So that's all I got time for today. We got some really, really interesting questions coming in. So keep them flowing in, because I tell you what, the more interesting and the more I can get a story behind it, the more information that I can give you that'll hopefully help you on your next adventure. See you guys.